Hi, Matt. Oh, it's not. Hi, Matt.
Hi, how are you? Okay.
I'm good, thank you. I'm just going to make you host so that you can test out your presentation.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. Just let me know.
It said I was host, but it won't let me click share screen. Right, it came up as saying I could do the host, but it won't let me click share screen. So you might need to change the settings on what hosting abilities I've got. Right, here we go. Okay,
Is it working?
I've got it up. Can you see it? Can you see it your side or not?
Yes, I can. Wait. Now I can't. Yes, I can.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sorry. Thanks.
Internet work.
Matt, is it pronounced Khao Yao?
Koyao.
Yao.
Yeah,
Okay.
Koyao. Koyao, and there's Koyao Yai and Koyao Noi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yao.
I
Okay,
can
cool.
do I can do the explaining, don't worry.
Yeah, I think so. I think that sounds better. We're just going to wait for a few more people to jump on, and then
Yeah.
I will introduce you and you can take
Okay,
over.
perfect. How many do you expect it to
So,
have on?
so we'll start at about, let's say, 3 minutes after 9. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Because I
perfect.
see quite a few people are still jumping on.
All right, I'll quickly grab a cup of tea then.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, cheers.
Thanks. Hi, Matt.
Hi.
Okay, cool. I think we're going to start. There are people still joining, but I mean, we
Okay.
can just start in the meantime. So,
Okay.
firstly, thank you everyone for joining our online training for Thailand. We have Matt from MC Collection, who will be speaking to us about Khao Yao Paradise and Treehouse. So, Matt, you can take it away.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're well. If you guys have any questions whilst I'm talking, put them into the chat or hold on to them to the end. Feel free to ask during the presentation if you want as well, but just we'll go with the flow. But hopefully, I've covered everything that you guys might want to hear or know about. But yeah, today we're going to talk about Paradise Koyao and Treehouse Villas Koyao. So let's just get cracking. So one of the first things we touch base on is just our history and where we're based and how we're set up. And we're basically headquartered in Phuket, locally owned and run by a local group of entrepreneurs. And part of the Serenata Hotel Group, and also another hotel part of our collection that you might be aware of, is Paradise Beach Resort in Samui. But the two hotels, Treehouse and Paradise, are sister hotels. The journey is where we really begin. So it's the location, the logistics, the understanding of our proposition, and Yacht Haven Marina is our starting point. So most guests are going to come into Phuket, going to fly into Phuket Airport or stay in Phuket or Khao Lak beforehand, but they're going to start their journey with us by coming over to Phuket Yacht Haven Marina. So here it's a luxury experience as you arrive. So you've got multi-million dollar yachts in the background while sitting in the restaurant having a drink or a beer whilst you're waiting for your boat transfer, which is arranged and scheduled by our own in-house hotel team. But there's also facilities here where guests can have grab and go, a little shop option, toilet area as well, and wash facilities. But it's ideal for those guests who are coming in after a long haul flight coming across from South Africa, or a previous resort or a location in Asia beforehand. But the guests themselves will be driven down to the marina. So they'll be met by our team at the jetty. Their suitcases will be taken off of them and looked after for the whole journey away once they get to us, and they'll be received back once they check into their actual room at the resort. But this is where the guests are going to be taken to the restaurant area to relax and enjoy the views whilst they're waiting for the boat departure. So the location wise, we are located on an island between Phuket and Krabi in Thailand. So we are about 15 minutes away from Phuket Airport. So it's a quick journey to and from the airport to the marina, and it's a 55-minute hotel speedboat journey across to the island. So some of the facilities and services that I'm going to talk about are actually a shared service between the two products. So Paradise is a four-star hotel and Treehouse is a five-star luxury adult-only hotel, but they share the same stretch of beach, but they are operated and run as two separate entities. So, but there's a lot of similarities in terms of what is done for each resort based on the same processes. So the transfer systems to transfer over the boats, etc., they're all the same for both resorts. So we're going to just combine those two there. So yeah, like I say, Yacht Haven Marina is going to be where the guests are going to arrive to, and it's a 55-minute hotel speedboat journey across. So we have set departure times. So we leave the marina at 11, 2, and 4:30 p.m. and we depart the resort at 9:30, 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. So you've got three choices each day. We've also got the accessibility option to get over to Krabi as well. So you can do the multi-center option. Talking of which, you can also combine us with a stay over in Phuket, go up to Khao Lak, go up to Elephant Hills in Khao Sok, and then travel down to Yacht Haven Marina, or come back down via Krabi, or use us as Phuket, Koh Yanoi, Krabi, and then go up to Koh Samui as well. So you can really use us as a very good, interesting multi-center itinerary. So that's kind of like quite a key. Um, is on. Someone said there's no sound. Can everyone else hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, so basically the option here is to really kind of encourage your guests to understand that we can have a long stay at our resort, but it is also widely part of a multi-center itinerary. So yeah, so it's one of those things that people are looking at as in integrating the resorts as a wider option for a multi-stay in Phuket, Khao Lak, Elephant Hills, etc. Um, Elephant Hills, I understand, is quite a big option for you guys. So it's an interesting point here because what we do is we work very closely with the team at Elephant Hills because actually when they depart Elephant Hills on their departure day, the transfer never meets our 4:30 boat time. So what happens is actually the team speak to each other. So Elephant Hills call us and say we've got guests coming down, staying with you, and we'll be there for about 5 o'clock. So what we do is we actually hold the boat for guests on that particular day when we get informed. So as much as you might see in the system, you can only get a 4:30 boat time, and the transfer from Elephant Hills won't match it. Don't worry about that on that particular day because we will talk to each other and we will actually hold the boat. So there's an option there. You can actually really have that as an added value. I guess to be able to make it. Otherwise, the alternative option is they'll have to overnight um, around the airport or around the marina area for one night before they can get the boat across to us the next day. So it really helps that option there to make people aware that they can actually get across to us on the same day if you're combining us with Elephant Hills. Because once you see a bit more about us and our location, you'll see where we marry up quite well with connecting the two resorts with Elephant Hills as an experience style stay holiday. So the Hotel Speedboat is owned, run, and operated by Paradise and Treehouse Villas team. So every guest is going to be met at the marina, as I said, and then when they get onto the boat, helped onto the boat, their luggage are going to be looked after by the team. They're going to be given a life jacket, a cold towel, and a drink of water as well, a bottle of water to keep them hydrated. The journey itself across from the marina to the resort is an experience, an excursion in itself. So guests are going to really enjoy the time and experience on the boat going across the resort, and they're not going to feel like they're getting transferred across because they've got so many great views to see as they come across to the resort. So this is our resort base. So we are located on a 400-meter stretch of beach. So we're on an isolated part of the island where there's no other bars, restaurants, hotels, or activities, or anywhere else for people to go and see anything else or do anything else of an evening. So we are considered as an isolated resort experience. So to the left of the image here, you can see Paradise's land, and then to the right is where Treehouse's land is, and we've got our own hotel floating jetty. So the boat service is a door-to-door service. So we also do talk about the fact that we can offer the service for a local ferries transfer, which guests might want to do instead. But what we can also provide is guests who are staying on the island with other hotels like Cape Kudu or Six Senses. We can also do transfer services to and from the resort as well via car and also via boat service as well. So we can integrate a multi-center option for the island experience as well. You might even consider the fact that you might want to go to the southern island of Koh Yao Yai, which is going to be where Six Senses are, where Santia is, or you're looking at Anantara as well. So yeah, we can definitely combine the two resorts with other areas in the island. So we want to make sure guests are seeing as much of Thailand as they can, and we're trying to be as flexible as possible. So, like I say, guests are going to arrive to the resort. The first thing they're going to see, there's going to be our floating jetty on the island, and it's going to be located directly in front of Treehouse Villas. So guests are going to be met by the team at the jetty, and they're going to be escorted to the reception area of the relevant resort they're going to be staying in. So they're going to be able to see the two resort, the layouts, and what to expect whilst they're staying with us. As you can see, the view, the style, the concept, you're going to see the limestone cliffs as the guests are going to drive into the resort. They're going to see the views. They're going to see the fishermen out on the boats doing their daily chores. They're going to really get a good experience and understanding of what local daily life is all about. Here is a typical view of what you'll be able to see whilst you come and stay on our resort. So you're going to have sunsets overlooking the Krabi Peninsula. This is ideal for those guests who are just wanting to sit back, relax, and enjoy the peace and quiet and the really special sunsets. So then we've got the next bit. This is basically how we're going to be looking at what the layout and the style of what Tree of Paradise looks like. So we're low-rise buildings, we're small, we're boutiquey. I kind of feel it gives off the St. Lucia vibes in terms of a small low-rise jungle style green area of feelings. But then you've also got treehouse villas, which are individual private standalone units which are low rise, scattered around the resort. So you can see the two styles and the two products and the two two offerings. Someone's just literally asked a question about animals. So in our local vicinity, we've got hornbills. So our hornbills are local animal which is on the island, so they are roaming around freely. We have platforms located around the resort which are feeding platforms, so guests can go put the food on the platform and see the hornbills come in, collect the food, and eat the food, and watch them from afar. But this is the main attraction for the island. You've got other animals scattered in the jungle behind us, but nothing that really comes to the resort area itself. So the two products like Paradise and Tree Houses, the simple proposition between the two products is, like I say, Paradise is a 4-star product and Treehouse is a 5-star luxury adult only option. Paradise offers 4 different room types and Treehouse offers 3 different room types. 4-star product, which is a mixed market for Paradise. So we're constantly looking at the mixed market for couples and honeymooners and families. So there's very much a range of target market there for guests. And we bed and breakfast is standard. And we'd like to also highlight that 90% of our staff are actually from the island as well. So we don't have to worry about bringing people over from Phuket or Krabi. They're actually people who have been born and bred who live on Koh Yao Noi as an island. So guests themselves can then speak to the staff, learn about the local area, and understand what life was like living on the island. Because the island itself is a very quiet and remote experience. You haven't got a 7-Eleven, you haven't got Starbucks or McDonald's and all that kind of thing. So it's very much a traditional Thai experience and a Thai style island getaway versus what you might find in Phuket or Koh Samui, and all the other islands perhaps. So very much a different experience to what most people are used to. So on arrival, Paradise guests are going to be taken to the jetty. They're going to be walked across the beachfront, and they're going to be taken to the reception to check in. Reception is in the heart of the resort, so you can see the location at number 9 is opposite the main swimming pool of the resort. So you can see the beachfront location, the jetty to the right hand side. So guests are going to walk along the beachfront and down to the reception area to check in. Number 6 and number 5 is where you're going to find our restaurant options and rest areas. And this is where the heart of the resort really is. Okay, so our leading room types are Superior Studios. They're located in the middle here in the heart of the resort, right next to the reception. So they're in the blue. Our second level room types are Jacuzzi Studios, which are here located on the hillside. So the key factor of this map as well is we can also identify particular room types and particular room numbers that guests might perhaps require and might want, and therefore we can actually then provide that to guests. We can check at the time of booking if that particular room number is available. We've also got a third level room type, which is more in the hillside, and then start to get more of a sea view option, which is our plunge pool deluxe studios. And you've got a frontline pool villas, which are standalone single units here. So this gives you a good understanding of the layout of the resort and what room types we have to offer. And then another option here to looking at videos. So bed and breakfast is our standard offering at the resort. Based on our location, where we are, there's nowhere else to go for dinner of an evening or lunch of a daytime, other than if you're going to go do a day tour of the local village, and then you might only do that once or twice whilst you're with us. So we do recommend that people upgrade to half board basis as standard. They can obviously upgrade to full board, but we do not offer the all-inclusive option. So all-inclusive isn't an option that we're looking to seek out because of the status and the style of product that we're offering. We're not encouraging lots of drinking. We're actually more of a resort-based experience where it's more relaxing and enjoyable, spa related, yoga related, relaxing. So all-inclusive is not an option. People can just buy the drinks as they go. But half board and full board are upgradable options that guests are available to look at. So what we do want to make sure is that as well, people understand that their breakfast is going to be very fulfilling and very good to keep them going until mid lunchtime. So that's why I would always suggest half board and use the half board supplement as your dinner option, because it's a la carte option or a buffet option at the resort. So that gives the guest more of a choice and more of a good value for money. If they want to have something for lunch, there's easy options to select off of the menu for lunch, which will be good on the pocket and won't cost too much. So half board option is the much more best option to use, and it won't be obviously controlling the wastage of food as well. So 70 units in the resort itself for Paradise. We've got four room types: Superior Studio, Jacuzzi Studio, Sea View Plunge Pool Deluxe Studio, and a Sea View Pool Villa. So the difference in the room types are purely the water feature in every single room. So the Superior Studio has no water feature. A Jacuzzi Studio has a jacuzzi in the bathtub. A Sea View has a plunge pool, and a Sea View Villa has a pool. So they're the differences, and we'll go into a bit more detail now. So you're looking at 54 square meters. So most hotels in Thailand, in most of the countries actually, range between 20 to 30 square meters. So we're actually in a larger room space straight away, offering in the island experience of 54 square meters. We've got 28 of our Superior Studios available. They're all four-poster beds, shabby chic in style, overlooking the jungle, and some have glimpses of the ocean in the far distance. Each unit actually has a outdoor sala area. This is where you're going to find the outdoor table and chairs, the outdoor swing, and you've also got the outdoor shower area as well at the resort, at the hotel room. So this is also closed off by bifolding doors to give privacy and seclusion, but it's also bringing the jungle into the resort, so guests are going to be able to experience that inside-out experience of the jungle-esque feeling. Price point, you're looking at nearly 1,500 Rand a night for low season with bread and breakfast for two people. You can have two adults or one adult and two children, or three adults in a room, and you can have a king, a queen bed, and a day bed, depending on the number of people in the rooms. So the leading room types are single or two-story units, and like I mentioned at the beginning, in the heart of the resort. Views that guests are going to see, they can see the ocean, they can see sort of jungle, but the general view that we offer in this particular room type is a jungle view. Okay, so everything you'd expect inside the room would stay the same. So you're going to have the flat screen TVs with international channels. You're going to have the international dial telephones, mini bar as well, and then further back behind the bedroom area is where you're going to find your mini bar as well as your WC and vanity units as well, and walk-in wardrobe section as well. So very good spacious room for people to share an experience. You got your day bed there as well to relax on. But it's a great option for a leading option to come away from off the beaten track as well. Second level room type is jacuzzi studio, 56 square meters, 20 available of these. So 1,800 round a night. So you're going to look at a smaller increase and jumping up to the second level room type. Um, And the difference here is the jacuzzi in the bathroom. So the jacuzzi in the bathroom is the selling point for this second level room type, and you're getting closer. You're going to basically here you're on the hillside, so you're going to get better, more jungle views. And basically what you have in the bathroom here is bifolding windows overlooking the jungle. So there's that option for the difference in the room type there. The room type itself, it stays the same. What you get inside stays the same. It purely is the difference of the water feature in the bathroom. So the second level room type would be an option for guest couples or honeymooners who are a bit more budget friendly, budget conscious. But those who have got a bit more of spending available, you're looking here nearly at 3,000 a night, where you're going to have the Sea View Plunge Pool Studios. So we have 16 of these available, 62 square meters, so you're getting even larger now. Two adults, three adults maximum, one child, two child, one, you up to one or two children in the room as well. So here you've got the choice of having interconnecting rooms at each of our room types as well. So our first three room types, we can do guaranteed interconnecting at time of booking. So that's a good focus feature point for people who are looking to travel multi-generational families. So here, yeah, a private plunge pool. You got your deck area where you got the deck chairs overlooking the ocean. So here you're gonna have sea views as standard. What we do talk about here is the fact that we've got our nod to tree houses here, because what you'll see later on is the plunge pool and the decking area is this, and the bamboo surrounding the area side is the same product and the same materials that we've used over at Treehouse Villas, and that's what we're trying to do, is bring the 5-star luxury into the Paradise Resort. So you're going to start seeing the difference in between the two resorts shortly, but you can see the superior and the jacuzzi options of what we can offer. Then we're going to start bringing the higher price product into a more uplifted category, so guests can see the difference in what they're paying for. So around us, like I say, we've got access to these sea view villas, but what we do is like got sea views as standards, so the great ocean views, great ideal for honeymooners, the couples who want their privacy and their seclusion. They can then oversee the jungle, the treetops overseeing the sea. So it's a great option for guests to consider if they've got that option for the additional budget. Here you can see that the front row is our pool villas. Then these are our sea view plunge pool villas that we've just talked about, and our leading room tucked at the back of the resort. But you can just never see a video of this particular room type and what it has to offer. So our fourth level room type is our sea view pool villa. So we have 6 of these available, 91 square meters in total, taking up to 3 people maximum in the room. You're looking nearly towards the 5,000 mark a night. So this is going for 2 people with breakfast included. Sea views are standard. You've got your outdoor living area as well. You've got the mini bar outside. You've got your outdoor dining area, your swing. You've got your private sunbeds and cabanas as well, and you've got your private section of that particular part of the beach as well. So it's a great option for people, again, with the budget available to have that privacy and that seclusion. We do have people stay here with the children, but we kind of tend to find that most people will be here as couples or honeymooners. So the private pool is 11 square meters. So like I say, you've got direct access straight from your bed out through the sliding doors, and then straight to the plunge pool. So it's a great option for the honeymooners and the couple market. Standalone units on the beachfront. They've each got their own private section of the beach, as I mentioned, and they've all got basically the privacy, and where there's trees being grown and given the privacy elements for guests not to be overlooked or seen. But it's a great option for those that are looking for different option on the island. Okay, any questions before I move on to tree houses? I'll talk about restaurants and facilities later on because it's a combined thing again, but this is just the main product kind of content at the moment. Cool. Okay, so treehouse villas. We're now moving on to our 5-star luxury adult only option. So 16 years and above. So like I mentioned before, the transfer service, the location all remains the same. The process remains the same of getting across to the island and the resort. And this is the money shot. This is the Instagram post. This is the type of product that people are looking for in terms of uniqueness and differentiation. So what we see is our target market here is purely couples and honeymooners. We don't allow extra beds or third persons in the room, so it is really for two people. We don't obviously have families in the room, so it's two adults only, 16 and above. So this is what people aspire to think of having as part of their honeymoons, their anniversaries, their proposals, their experiences, or like just something to really stand out and to remember whilst they're visiting Thailand. Is because it is very unique. You don't really find much like this anywhere else in the country, and it really does stand out as being a once in a lifetime experience. So what we have is every single villa is scattered along the beachfront. They're all on their individual pylons where they've got different heights, varying heights to make sure that they've all individually got their own sea views as standard. So sea views is our standard view option at each villa. Every villa is going to have a view of the ocean, and they're going to be raised about higher than the one in front of the villa in front of them. So they're going to be very greatly well positioned and with great views of the local ocean and looking over to Krabi. So access by their own drawstring bridges. So every single villa has got a drawstring bridge accessing the villa. So this is Swiss Family Robinson style. So very unique and different. Like I say, guests will be taken by buggy to Treehouse's reception area. So this is where the lobby is for guests to be able to check in, do the formalities, and then also see where the clubhouse pool is, and also where they're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Roots Restaurant, and they'll also be able to see the bar area as well. So this part of the resort is the heart of the resort for Treehouse guests, um, and is ideal for guests to be able to just come out and relax and take a dip in the lap pool instead of their own private plunge pools. So you can see a better display of the resort here. So we have 32 units in total. We have 25 tree houses, signature options at the back. And then we have the first row, which are beachfront pool villas. So there's 6 available of those. The front section you can see where the jetty is. You've got a couple of cabanas scattered across the beachfront, and you've also got some beds to the left-hand side. So the two resorts are divided to the degree where they've got signage indicating like treehouse guests only can be around this area. But treehouse guests tend to be able to use the facilities of Paradise, but Paradise guests can't use the facilities of tree houses. So we try and distinguish and determine the fact that there's a separation between the two brands. So yeah, so that's quite an important message to get across. So like I say, clubhouse to the left hand side, treehouse villas scattered to the back of the resort, and then you've also got the front row of the beachfront villas. And the beachfront villas, like I say, these are the ones that are actually sold out quite regularly because they're the front line, they're unblocked views of the ocean, direct access to the beach as well. So people are loving these. But our signature treehouse villas, there's 25 available, so they're quite readily available throughout the year. But we do see periods of time in peak season where, particularly now, we're starting to be sold out quite quickly. So yeah, it's this time of year where you might be able to find the last minute slot available, but generally speaking, most of the dates between now and March, now February, quite full. But so that make sure for next year people get in there early. So this just gives you another map of the resort to give you a better idea, but the picture before gave you exactly the same one. So Treehouse Villas is our leading room type, 25 available, 100 square meters. So your price point here is nearly over 5,500 a night. We got a 4 meter infinity plunge pool downstairs, and upstairs you've got the enclosed area, which is where the living quarters are. So the nighttime quarters. Some people tend to find that when we talk about tree houses, they expect the tree houses to be open plan and we're sleeping under the stars without any protection. We do have double glazing windows and doors in this unit, so it's just downstairs where it's all open plan and open to the elements. But there is privacy guards with the bamboo shoots scattered around the bottom of the resort to give that privacy for guests. So, like I say, upstairs you're going to find your four-poster bed, your table, your dining area, your dining area is downstairs. You've got your bifolding doors opening up to your private balcony where you can watch a sunset and a sundowner. So you've got sunrise as well. So you've got that element there. You've got a mini bar in the room upstairs, which is complimentary. You've also got a flat screen TV in the room. You've got a coffee machine. You've got the telephone as well. All the basic facilities you'd expect. And then you've got the kind of the nod to the turquoise color, the only two cushions on the bed, but the rest of it is more clean cut in terms of the luxury five-star element we're trying to offer. So we're coming away from that turquoise color that we had at Paradise. So it's like just being more lifting the brand and lifting the product up higher. So like I mentioned a second ago, you've got the balcony overlooking the ocean. So like I said, sea views are our standard view offering. And then downstairs, you've got the open plan area, which is a spiral staircase that takes you downstairs to your private plunge pool. Your mini bar downstairs as well. So there's two mini bars in each villa. So one upstairs, one downstairs. They're both complementary. They've got inclusions such as gin, vodka, spirits included. You've got a local beer and local soft drinks as well. So they're included and replenished on a daily basis. But yeah, so it's a nice little touch to have that included in the resort. So downstairs area, locate. So basically, the spiral staircase will take you downstairs. You've got your sunbeds available. You've got your in-villa dining table and chairs. You've got WC behind in the heart and the neck of the resort and the neck of the treehouse. And then you've got the left-hand side swing as well as your mini bar as well. So plenty of space to sunbathe, to relax, to have in-villa dining if guests want that as well. And you've just got a nice, relaxing atmosphere to be in and to be able to just chill out and enjoy the jungle sounds and the ocean views. So upstairs, every single treehouse will be accessed by a drawstring bridge, the individual bridge, and then they'll be accessed in the middle part to get the spiral staircase to go upstairs or the spiral staircase to come downstairs. So upstairs, obviously, is where the main bedroom area is. But like we've touched base on the bedroom point already, then you've got the wraparound section where you're going to have your private bathtub. You're going to have, which is the shape of a hammock. And you've got your double vanity units and the open plan shower area. And then you've also got the wraparound walk-in closet section as well. Downstairs, you can, like I mentioned before, you've got sunbeds, but you've also got a jacuzzi pool area, plunge pool as well. So this is again ideal option for honeymoon market for couples and anyone who are looking to surprise their partners. Beachfront villas, six available, only slightly more money at just over 7,000. 110 square meters in total. As I said, six of them on the front row. So really, the key difference here is going to be instead of being upstairs, downstairs in the style and design of the units, they're actually parallel to each other. So you've got the living quarters to the right, to the side, and instead of being up and down the stairs. So you've got the 7 meter infinity plunge pool, so a bigger swimming pool as well, direct access to the beachfront, and there's no one looking, no units in front of you either. So that's the key factor there. What we do still touch on is this that the style of the room type stays the same. The internals will remain the same as well. So the soft furnishings, the mini bar as well, and the wraparound bathroom at the back. So again, this is for people who are looking for a beachfront located option. But I think my personal opinion is we've got the signature tree houses, which is what the brand is and that's what stands for, and that's what most people might mainly go for is a signature tree house as opposed to beachfront. But we do, like I say, sell out of the beachfront more often because there is a lower inventory available. But people do uh, sometimes combine between the two and have a tree house and comes to beachfront. We also do find people are actually staying at Paradise and then upgrading and having 1 or 2 nights at tree houses. They might pre-book 3 nights at Paradise and then 1 night at tree houses, or they might end up actually doing a 4 night stay at Paradise and then taking a night away whilst they're in resort and upgrading locally at tree houses. So it's kind of like a flexible option there for guests to be able to do a multi-center between the two hotels on the same stretch of beach. So just a food for thought there for guests. And then you've also, like I say, downstairs remains the same. You can see the layout, the actual room types remain the same, but it is a very nice high-end luxury five-star offering that we're giving to guests and to making sure they're getting that five-star service and that five-star luxury that they're paying for. So these videos you'll see are actually from when we opened back in 2018. So you've also seen some images where a lot of the trees have actually grown significantly. So there's no longer a concern for the privacy issues around the resort because all the actual trees and stuff have grown so well that it gives additional privacy around each villa and each unit as well. We do have a hilltop pool villa, so this will be great for the multi-generational families again. 6 adults, looking at about 10,000 a night with breakfast. You've got a 12-meter lap pool, so it's a very good spacious pool area. You've got a jacuzzi as well. 3 bedrooms, a great option for people who are traveling in the larger groups, who want that privacy and that space together. And then a bit more detail here about the villa privileges. So the guest can select a couple of the spirits on a daily basis, and it will change once it's consumed. And the mix of sodas and juices are also stocked up as well on a daily basis, as well as a local beer. So this is a complimentary option. So it's a free service. So it's a nice added option for guests to know about as well. So we're now going back onto the shared facilities and what's for paradise and what's for tree houses. But generally speaking, like I say, each resort has their own swimming pool. So paradise guests will have access to their own swimming pool in the heart of the resort. Treehouse guests can use it if they want to, but they all tend to stay at the treehouse clubhouse or their own private plunge pools anyway. The private beach, which is only accessible by guests at Paradise and Tree Houses, is 400 meters long in total. So no one else from any other resorts or day trippers, etc., will come to the beach. So it is a private and secluded beach. So that's between Paradise and Treehouse guests only. Um, we don't really have anyone else come and see us or join us on the beach because the only way you can access that part of the beach is via private boats mooring up and coming across. or coming through the back of the resort, but that's gated off because it's security and it's our land. So it is very much a private section of private beach option. We have Aurora Spa, and we also have a yoga platform on site as well, where we can do yoga classes on a daily basis, and spa treatments at the spa or in the villas at tree houses. So that can be arranged for guests. And the Beach Club and Sundowners Bar. Beach Club is next to where the swimming pool is at Paradise, but again can be used by get both resorts by both resort guests. And Sundowners Bar is located in between both resorts, just in front of where our activity centre is. So here at Sundowners Bar, there's going to be live music on a daily basis, or a fire show, or a local school coming across to do a traditional dance to kind of incorporate the local community and the culture there. So we've got something that's going to keep guests entertained on a nightly basis to keep them entertained. Then we've also got the Treehouse offerings of the clubhouse, swimming pool, and Roots restaurant and bar. So that's predominantly for Treehouse guests only. And then you'll see the cabanas on the beachfront, which are for Treehouse guests only. So that's the exclusive use for those guests. Seafood Terrace, Alfresco are the two restaurants for Paradise to use. Like I say, Treehouse guests can use these restaurants if they want to as well. So there's gives that additional offering for additional restaurants to choose from. But Seafood Terrace is going to be where breakfast, lunch, and dinner is served for Paradise guests. So if they were on half board, they'll be dining at Seafood Terrace for breakfast and for dinner as well. Seafood Terrace will also offer daily buffet option as well as a la carte menu, and the daily buffet option is going to be changed daily based on theme. So one night it could be Italian, one night it'll be Thai, one night it'll be Mexican or whatever. So there'll always be a variation to keep people's tastes occupied during the stay, because what we do tend to find is people are staying with us 3 to 4 nights at Paradise, a couple of nights at tree houses. And then if they do really understand that they want to stay and really get away from it all, if they are staying for 7 to 10 nights, then they want to have a good variation of food offerings as well. So that's our option there. We can also do candlelit dinner on the beach, so we can do that for both resorts and also have room service. But then, like I say, for Roots Restaurant at Tree Houses, that's exclusive use for Treehouse guests. Here you're getting the uplifted cuisine, you're getting the uplifted food service. And we've also got the in-villa dining for guests as well, with the afternoon tea as well for the team there as well. So, activity wise, so I touched base on our location earlier. There's a dirt track behind the resort that takes us to the local village. The local village will take anywhere between 40 to 60 minutes to get to, based on the weather conditions, etc., because it is a dirt track. We encourage guests to go and see the local village and see what's there, to see what's going on in the local area. But it's probably something that people will do mainly on a one-time basis only, because it's a very it's not commercialized at all in terms of what's available on the island. So it's very quiet, but it's good to see the local people, the local experiences, the local how the locals are living their life, the rice paddy fields, the you can do a bicycle tour around the island as well. So there is something to keep you going during the daytime if you need to go see the local village and do something outside of the resort. But if you did stay in the resort, we've got cooking classes, we've got water sports available, which is stand-up paddle boarding, kayaking. We can also arrange the activity centre. We can do scuba diving, rock climbing, jungle trekking as well. And then we've also recently just added the last 6 months the jungle gym at the resort as well. So these are all shared facilities for both resorts. And we've also got our organic farm on site as well. So we like to be able to do farm to table as well. So we try and encourage as much development in terms of on island experiences and usage of local produce on the island, and then it cuts down our emissions to bring the food from the mainland and that kind of thing. So we're looking to keep the sustainable levels low. So accessibility, the key factor here is understanding people's ability to get on the boat in the first place, and then getting off the boat, getting onto a floating jetty, and then walking around the resort, which is predominantly going to be a sand-based pathways. So some of them are hard standing, but it predominantly is laid with stands. So it's just anyone who's got mobility issues or wheelchair access concerns, then we probably are not going to be the right environment for those particular guests. And also, each tree houses guests have got to be able to access the drawstring bridges, spiral staircases, etc. So just to bear that in mind. However, we do have buggies that can take guests around the resort as well. So it's just if they can manage to get on the boats and get on a floating jetty, etc., then accessibility options just need to be considered. Paradise, we have interconnecting rooms available and it's guaranteed at time of booking, but tree houses, as they're all individual standalone units, that's not an option, I'm afraid. But we do, for Paradise guests, offer a 30-minute spa treatment and a 30-minute yoga treatment included as part of the price. That's not available for Treehouse guests. That's just an additional perk for the Paradise product. Free Wi-Fi throughout both resorts, as expected. And then we do also offer a local excursion to the national park on a regular basis to allow people to have that additional day trip or excursion if they felt like getting cabin fever on the island. So, but our USP really mainly is to kind of get away from it all, get off the beaten track, relax, really switch off, and stay with each other, engage with each other, and spend that quality time with each other. We do touch base on the tides at the resort, so sometimes the tides come in and come out, but that's all available on our website for people to read up on. And we also do offer weddings at both resorts as well. So if anyone's looking to pop the question as well, we can do proposals. We can help set up that on the beach as well. So that's it. Any questions? Or have I covered everything?
I think that was awesome. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions? No, nothing
Ah,
in the chat. Let's just double check.
yeah,
You've
covered all
asked,
inclusive.
yeah, you've answered all these questions.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's it.
Cool. But
Thank
yeah,
you
hopefully
so,
kind of
so
gives
much.
no worries. Hopefully it gives some people an idea of like what the alternative options are. Well, like I said, we do have people stay long stays, but generally speaking, it's 3 to 4 nights because it's part of a bigger multi-center package that people are booking. But if anyone ever only has any questions, need any support, any guidance, then please feel free to reach out. We're here to help. We're here to support. You can also find on my website access to videos, fact sheets, images. You've also got access to spa menus, food menus with prices on as well. So, as we're on a remote island, we don't want people to think that they're going to come across to us and be um, taken advantage of based on charging expensive prices for food and drink. So guests can see the price of the F&B straight away and make an informed decision. And they can also then consider whether or not the half board or full board option is worth paying for in advance as opposed to paying as you go when you get to resort. But yeah, so it's as much information there as possible for guests for you guys to share with your clients or your partners. It's all available, and hopefully, I've covered as many questions as or any queries or points that you might think of, or if you think of anything later, then please just drop me an email. More than happy to answer any questions later on.
Brilliant. Thank you so, so much.
All right, no worries. Hope
Thanks,
you enjoyed it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you.